Alright, so this next matchup, oh my word, oh my word, oh my word, okay, this next matchup is Blazing Magi versus No Diff. Both teams coming off victories. Blazing Magi was, from me personally, it was much more expected that Blazing Magi won their match. No Diff winning against AI was something I did not have on my bucket list for today. Um, that was an upset. Anyways, now I get to see how well my team can do against this squad that just beat one of the top teams in the league. And if we beat them, I actually have a pretty solid chance of making playoffs all of a sudden because Notif Unks and Logi Swords are looking. I mean, Notif Unks looks good. I will not lie. But if I can beat them, both of those teams are vulnerable, and I could take over the league. I just have to win like 5 matches. But like, I don't know if I can do that. But both of those squads look vulnerable. It looks possible. It looks possible that I could find myself in a playoff spot if I win a lot of matches. I have to win like everything though. That's the problem. So I'd probably have to win against Rush Hour, and that's probably not going to happen. I just lost against them recently too, so even with this roster, so I don't think that's going to happen, but it's possible. If I lose this one, I'm probably just out. If I somehow win this one though, I'm feeling maybe. All right. Very interesting matchup. The last time we played, it was my old roster. So now we get to see just how far my team has come. Because we will be playing one of the few teams that we've actually played before the roster change. One of the few teams that I think I can actually beat that I played before. So this is one of those mid-table teams. They did just beat AI though, so that's a little bit concerning on my side. That's a team that I cannot beat. I know I would not be able to beat them even with my current roster. Actually, maybe I could. I have a lot of shields. Maybe I could beat AI right now. My AI's, they're good, but I don't think they're good against certain things. Okay. Anyways, this is one of those maps where I think I'm going to get maybe rolled a little bit on, at least initially. Kind of that choke problem I was having against Microfish. I did eventually win that series though, 3-2. So that felt good. Come all the shields. So we find a trade here. Soji's going to go down though. That's not a good sign for me. Arissa going down though. So we have a Widowmaker against Sim and Sigma. So I will eventually take this point. Good start for my squad. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it, guys. Busan, looking good. Blazing Magi going to win that first fight, and by extension, the point. And my squad is back at full strength. So despite losing Sojourn, basically our star player, do endure that fight, kill the Orisa, and eventually win. So, no Devunks going up top. They are going to drop here. Sigma and oh my word, we are dominating here on these Koth maps. These Koth maps have been like we I don't know if we probably have lost one, but they're looking very strong when we have this Sim going. When she gets going, she gets going. Sim 66% of the way up to her ult. Let's see how much damage. Yeah, she has the most damage in the lobby by far. Those turrets putting in massive work. Orisa able to sustain through a lot of this damage. She is shielded off from her one support. However, Monkey's going to be the first to fall here. Some picks do go the way of me, but Sigma, last one to fall here. Probably going to fall shortly. Does put up that shield. Going to extend his life a little bit. So 70% or so on the board before Notifunks finally take the point away from me. I do have some ultimates coming up here shortly, though. Sim ult should be online fairly soon. Sigma and Winston not really working towards their ults very well, though. Winston gonna come in a little early, and this is what we had some concerns against Microfish, is when I would come in early like this. However, Moira's gonna fall. Oh my gosh, Widowmaker's popping off. Widowmaker kills 2. Sim ult looking massive here, though. Can Sim just stay alive? Get these picks. She does. Sigma distracting. And we will be up 70%. It's It's going to start climbing here after this one. 71, 72. No diff unks. Team that, mind you, just beat AI. I have on the ropes at the moment. So, I mean, they are coming in with some of their most impactful ults, though. Gotta be concerned about that. They probably will win this next fight. Hoping we just save our ults, though. Here comes the horse. She's probably going to pop this thing. She likes to do it early and often. Moira's going to go down, though. Cassidy's going to go down. Okay, never mind. We are just going to win this point. And the first point will be going the way of yours truly, Blazy Magi. Winning a point on Busan here. Looking strong against this team that literally just bested AI. If we were to make a run at the playoffs, I think we would have to beat Logi Swords. We'd have to beat... No, we have to win this. And we have to kind of... The problem is we have to bet on... Those teams can't, like, they can't beat each other. And we need 5 wins. So, like, we have to be, like, having a map differential so strong in these last matches. I don't think it's possible, unfortunately, for Blazy Magi to make it in. I think we are statistically eliminated at the moment, unfortunately. But from what I'm seeing on display here, we are actually very competitive. If I had this roster throughout the whole season, I wonder how differently it could have gone. Those first, like, 4 or so matches that we've lost due to having this roster, we are currently 2-7. We've only lost 1 match with my current thing, and that was against Rush Hour. Although this is one of those maps where we lose. So, yeah. Probably going to lose this one. So we lost this to Microfish too. I'm wondering what it is about these maps that just have like a pillar in the middle. We tend to lose. Alright, we're going to see if we can come back to contest this. No diff unks. Looking like a tough challenge here for Blazy Magi. Though, same could be said as Microfish. So this is another one of those mid-range teams that I think we can contend with, as I said earlier. Sigma able to take out the Moira, however, Sim going down isn't a great sign. Monkey's going to get deep in there, but he's taking so much damage. Alright, Sojourn versus Cass. Sigma is up, though, too. And we will take the point, so they only get 37% off of that first fight. A good sign for us, even though we lost Symmetra, Sojourn, and Sig still managing to keep alive through that fight and secure us the point. Alright, here come No Diff Unks. They're coming from the high ground. Winston getting absolutely shredded by this Cassidy. Widowmaker gonna take out that Winston. However, 2 for 2 trade, and wow, Widowmaker doing work. Widowmaker versus Sim on point. Widowmaker actually got him down like 1 HP, but not able to clutch up for her squad there at the very end. She will eventually lose the fight, and 40%. Blazy Magi have passed No Diff Unks on this second point, and this is looking like we could go up 2-0. And start this series off with a lead of a 1-0, which would be ideal. Moira's going to fall here. Widowmaker gets the Sim, but is going to fall to the Sojourn or not even headshot. Sojourn just kills everything. Alright, Sojourn. That is the power of Soj. 70% and counting. Blazy Magi looking to secure Busan against this team. This team that has looked stronger against AI than they looked against me right now. Which is saying something, I think. Maybe AI is not the powerhouse we think they are. Anyways. Winston's going to go in deep. Going to pop that bubble. Huge ultimate by Orisa. This could change the course of this match. Ooh, big pick though. 2-on-2 on point. Although, just Sigma. Very likely to lose this. Does hold the point for a little bit longer though. So we will see some more ultimates coming online here for Blazy Magi. They should have that ult, the Sigma ult, could win them a fight here. Unless they just simply roll out of it and stuff. We'll have to see. Should be an interesting fight coming up. Sojourn does have that ult. That ult is massive against the Widowmaker. Pretty much levels the playing field on the one shot. Oh, force out an early bubble. And an early... Oh my word, so early on those ults. Sigma not getting anything. Oh my word, that just went from bad to worse as Sigma ulted in a spot where he couldn't see. And that's going to result in a teamfight victory. Pretty, like, easy here for Notifunks. And this is looking like it's going to go... I don't even know if we're going to be able to contest here with, like, a good fight. Yeah, I don't know about this one. So, 90%. Sigma's not going to be in this fight. He'll show up late if he shows up at all. No ultimates on the side of Blazing Magi. Not ideal. We are going to get the touch, but... Don't know if that's going to be enough here. Ooh, Cassidy gets isolated. That is making this a 3v3. Oh, I'm not looking at the fight. Oh, okay. That is going to be it, though. Sigma going to be the last one to contest here. If he touches at all, he does, but... just not good enough. That'll be 1-1 heading into the last point on Busan. This map we've had some struggles with. However, I think this next point, as we saw against Microfish, we are pretty dominant on, so I think we have a good shot at winning this map. We completely dominated Microfish on this one, so I almost expect to do the same against this squad, hopefully. Busan seems like a good map for my team, and I am not complaining that this is the one we rolled into initially. So, 1-1 in this first map. Very close showing from these two teams. Looking almost identical to how it did when I faced off against Microfish. The only difference is that against Microfish I played on that map first and lost 99-99, and then I won the last two 100-0, 100-0, and they did get a few percentage points on the one that I got 100-0 against Microfish. So I think this team is a little stronger than Microfish. So they're more likely to win maps against me, I think. Widowmaker getting very low. Ooh, oh my word. Okay, see, like this, they kind of rolled me. I was hoping that that would go a different story, but I'm a little worried now. I'm a little worried now, chat. Notifunks proving why they are a very good team, making a run at that playoff spot over Logi Swords. If they win against me here right now, Logi Swords has to be very worried. Okay, Widowmaker, oh boy. Oh boy, Widowmaker's just popping off, what the heck? My gosh, Cassidy and Widowmaker just putting in so much work. Hard to beat a team that has a Widowmaker and a Cassidy that just click heads all day long. And man, I might get 100-0'd on a map I just 100-0'd someone against. Word. The bubble just coming out too early. I hate when Winston does that. Sim just feeding for some reason. Pulling a Winston. And Soldier's going to go down next here, and that's going to be it. That's going to be 100-0. There is no chance my team comes back from this. So that will be it for folks. That's all, folks. Momentum just so heavily in favor of Notifunks. I don't see a world in which Blazing Magi come back on this map. I don't even think they're going to touch. They're kind of being stupid back there. So yeah. 90%. Yeah, they're not going to touch. They're going a long way for some reason. This is irritating as heck. They're going the longest possible route they can take. Okay. Winston will get the touch, but at what cost? Probably his Sojourn's life. Cassidy goes down. Widow, yeah, that's it. That's it. 100-0. Okay. What a lame showing on this last point on Busan. Honestly, I thought we had an advantage in this one. I mean, like I said, but I guess they just died. They just fell over. Anyways, so now Defunks will take the first map in the series. We run it back. We run it back. I need my squad to lock in. I can vote. I don't know about this one. Okay. I think starting on defense is going to be a little bit of an advantage for me. I'm hoping. This team 3-0'd us in our first meeting. I'm hoping we can at least take 2 maps off of them. My team is not... I don't believe my team is the worst team in the league. I believe they are the... Actually, that would make us the 6th. I think my team is about the 6th. And this team's probably the 5th. My team's 1 above AI. Or not 1 above AI. 1 above Microfish, excuse me. Team's slightly better than Microfish. My team is better than Krusty Crushers. However, I think this team might have my number. Because they beat me last time, 3-0. And my team's improvements don't... So far, they don't seem to be enough to give me the series. We did take a point off of them on Busan, but... I don't know, I'm not feeling it right now. Especially after losing 100-0 on that one. Iris is going to come in. She is kind of alone here. We could pick her off. I'm hoping we do. We do. Getting that pick is crucial, especially since we're going to lose some people here. Sim killing 3. So only the 2 tanks alive against this Moira. Moira's kind of diffing. I don't think she has the damage to deal with Sigma. But I don't think Sigma has the damage to deal with her. Sigma is an atrociously bad bot. He might just stagger, though, and keep himself alive until the rest of his squad gets here. Oh my word, Moira actually manages to kill the Sig. And so eventually they will probably take this point. Moira is going to die. And that's why you want your tanks to die first if you're Blazing Magi, not your DPS. Because the tanks are the ones that don't do very much, but they are bodies for the enemy team to shoot at while your DPS take advantage. Alright, here comes the murder car wash. Sojourn going to get herself killed. Don't know what she was thinking. That will result in a very easy teamfight victory here for No Defunks. Sojourn gets herself killed, and then all that's left is Sigma, and Sigma's he's really bad. He's really bad. He's meant to be here, so he just stalls and stuff. Okay. He's better than Sombra, which is how you know you're bad, because Sombra's really bad. Sombra's really atrocious. I hated having Sombra on my team. I hated having Mercy on my team. I don't think I hated having Mauga on my team, but I knew I wasn't going to get the trade with Tyler if I traded for just Sim. Alright. No Defunks are kind of rolling. Oh, now you don't push in. But you push in when it's a dumb time to push in. I see. Now you push in. So stupid sometimes, man. Bots make me angry. Okay, Arissa's going to go into our back line here a little bit. I'm wondering if she will be dealt with. Doesn't seem like it so far. Sim getting the car, or Sim giving out the car wash to Orisa. She is gonna eventually get out. Here comes the wall of shields. As eventually most of No Defunks will be dealt with. Widowmaker gonna sit in that turret, going to eventually die. Cassidy dropping down. Will eventually fall here. And these are the aimbot bots, but they just feel so dumb. Okay. This series looking... I don't know. I don't know if it's close or not. We'll see. I'm gonna try to push around this final corner here. They have a massive time bank to work with. Here comes the final contest by the Blazing Magi. Can they put together a fight win? Does get the cast in there. That is huge. One of their carries gonna be falling. I mean, they have like 3 carries, so my team has 2. Sim and Soj. Okay, so Sigma is able to deal with the Orisa at very least, but he's not touching the point. He's letting Widowmaker. Okay, there we go. So eventually we will win that fight. However, so much time remaining on this time bank for this No Diff Unk squad. Truly a team to be dealt with. They are a rough team to face here. Winston getting a little bit staggered here. He's going to end up falling. However, Cassidy going down. So, that's going to be it, though. They're going to push that one in, and that is going to be it. 2 minutes and 14 seconds on the clock. This is looking like a 2-0 lead coming in here. So, Blazing Magi, what they have to do is do exactly what No Defunks did on their attack. Otherwise, this is pretty much all but over for this hybrid. Looking like these payload maps sometimes looking a little bit rough for us. I mean, we did do well on Gibby, but I think Gibraltar is like an edge case because we have that one like that one area that's really easy to defend with Sim, I think. Alright. Monkey's getting in very deep. He's on this Moira. Moira's probably going to fall here. She is. Sigma might go down, but Sigma is the weakest link on our squad. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, all that's left for my squad here is Sojourn, and Sojourn just unfortunately loses to an Orisa. So, a minute off the clock. No defunks. Looking very sturdy. And this is looking very much like the first time we played, despite the roster retooling. So while I do believe my team got better, it doesn't seem like it was good enough to deal with anyone in my division. Yes, once again, I think my division is the stronger of the two overall. So it's very hard to pick up wins. Whereas, I think Never Back Down might have the best team again. But I think it has the worst teams overall. That is going to be an easy team wipe victory for the guys, you know, the guys. So No Defunks looking like they're going to take a 2-0 lead heading into the map 3, and I think they're probably just going to win this whole series unless we get some absurdly lucky maps. Yeah, this is pretty much going to be a full hold, I think. Eichenwald not looking close at all here. Rough pushes all around for the Blazing Magi. Chances of winning this one are dwindling. And my playoff hopes are pretty much gone. I don't think we have a chance at all. I didn't think we have a chance going into this, to be honest. I didn't do the math, but mathematically it feels like we're eliminated. I think you need 5 losses already, and out of 10 maps or matches, I don't think it's possible to be in the top 2 in your division. So that will more than likely just be it here, as we do win this fight, but I just don't think that's going to be enough. Gonna have to zombify push our way all the way through this map if we want to win. Blazing Magi are gonna have to put some sort of effort in to win this one. Here comes the Orisa squad. They're going underneath. Gonna pop up. No Defunks looking like the dominant team in this one. Sim gonna fall down almost immediately. Soj gonna fall next. Winston probably is gonna fall here soon. Seems pretty low. Yes, he will. Widowmaker getting another pick. She is just popping heads today. No Defunks really want to place in Overbot's playoffs. They might have it, to be honest. If they keep going like this, they might pass up Logie Swords. Winston gonna go down here. Michael's gotta feel great about this. This team he didn't even draft. Still pretty good, although he did kind of give up Moldy Milkers, which that team is like another level of good. Still vulnerable. They can still lose. They lost to AI, so he's got like the opposite. He's got the opposite thing going on. He beats AI, but he loses to other teams. All right, here comes. That ult was awful. And this will more than likely just be it. I don't even think we're going to get past this point, to be quite honest. Primal is going to come out immediately here. Gonna have to see some sort of miracle from Blazing Magi if they want to win this map. I don't think it's like possible. They are gonna win this fight, but man, it's just there's just too much to push. To be honest, it's like there's no real hope. I'm not gonna front chat. This one's over. This is a 2-0. I don't even think we're touching. I think we're just gonna give it up right here. Okay, we do touch. Never mind. So they do just kind of die, but we're not touching. We're still not touching. We are touching. We're still not touching. We're not touching. We are touching. Orissa's very low. However, Winston somehow falls. It's because the Sojourn's not there to help. And we lost. And that's it. 2-0 going up for Notifunks. Looking very dominant so far against this Blazing Magi squad. We're just looking a little bit inept here. We looked a lot more solid against Microfish earlier today. So we did win against that team. Alright, Necropolis. Oh, third and likely final map will be decided deathmatch style. Don't think we have any better hope at winning this one. I think Koth was our best opportunity. Because Cassidy and Widowmaker and Orisa have been shown to be absolutely lethal in this game mode. On Chateau Guillard. Against AI. This is the map, or not this map particular, but map type, where they did beat AI convincingly. Most convincingly, I'd say. Yeah. And here's why. Cassidy can just put in so much work. I think Orisa might fall here, but just trade. 3-3 so far. Winston probably going to fall here. He does. Blazing Magi working on that Moira in the backline. However, she is able to kill the Sims somehow, some way. These double hit scan are just so difficult to deal with in some of these situations that you find yourselves in. So just gonna fall. And this is just gonna be dominant performance here, I think. It is 6-7 though. No, this is just gonna be a 3-0. Notifunks looking a bit worse for wear, or not worse for wear. Blazing Magi looking a little bit worse for wear. Notifunks looking very comfortable on this map. They just 3-1'd one of the best teams in the league, and now they're turning around and probably gonna 3-0 me. So they gotta be feeling very good heading into the last week of Overbots. Their chances of making the playoffs are going up considerably, especially after this match. The match between them and Logi Swords is going to go very hard. I must say, I think that one is going to be an excellent watch. Cassidy going very low. Oh, 2 go down. Sigma. Okay. Alright, Sig. Getting some kills there. Not a usual... not a usual one to get kills here. Sojourn versus Moira. I believe Soj should just win that. Yep, but she does eventually just fall to the Orisa, who comes up behind her. Orisa getting very low, getting triple beamed. So again, 2. Sim is probably going to fall here. Oh, Cassidy almost falls off the map. Almost steals a kill away from his team. Blazing Magi just putting in some work. Widowmaker's going to fall here. Cassidy probably going to go down next. So suddenly, Blazing Magi only down 3 kills now. I'll make it 4 again. So no, neither team has really ran away with this yet. Sigma probably going to go down here. Easy kill. Moira's going to get very low. Is she going to fall, though? She will fall. Cassie's probably going to go down. I would have to assume. He's getting targeted by all 3. 2-point lead here for No Diff Unks. Winston's probably going to be the next fall, though, so 3 points for No Diff Unks. Orisa probably should fall. She does fall. 3-point lead still maintained for No Diff Unks into the damage area. Sigma getting himself killed to extend it to a 4-point lead. Here comes the Primal. Don't know how much value the Primal's going to get here. Probably not much. Another shield comes out. Winston not at all going for the boop kills here. It's a bit unfortunate to witness. He does eventually bring down the Cassidy. Sojourn's going to pick off 1. 4-point lead here for No Diff Unks. It is a close one. Sigma mostly just feeding there. Widowmaker able to pick off Soj from downtown. Looking more and more like a win for No Diff Unks. This is going to be a 3-0 in favor of the squad, and they just will take the lead, the sole possession of the 2nd seed in a good division, passing Logie Swords. So Logie Swords, you gotta feel a little bit rough going into the final week. You are now out of the playoffs, and you have to beat this squad if you want back in. And what you're up against looks terrifying at the moment. I think those Orisa buffs are really what's doing this. They did buff Orisa recently. Oh my word. That is going to be it for the 3-0 to be confirmed here. All that is needed is 3 kills to secure the victory. Orisa's going to go in pretty deep here. She's going to get all 3 of the kills. Oh no, she's got 2. She got 1. She's got 1. Excuse me. However, these last 2 kills could come. Oh, you almost got him. 1 kill, and 1 more kill is needed, and this will be a 3-0. Very dominant performance coming out from No Diff Unks. They 3-0'd me the first time, and 3-0'd me the second time. Despite me getting better, still not enough to take a map off of this squad. Very good team.